David Moore was a guy looked just like Jesus Christ. This crazy biker dude I met when I lived at my own apartment, my old apartment, with my ex-wife. David Moore was his name. Crazy hippie type guy, biker dude, but he was the life of the party, man. This guy, how did we meet the first time? I don't know. I was trying to fix something, and he was above me on the patio. I don't know if he heard what I was doing or something, I forget. I remember him saying, do you need a tool? And how the hell would he know I needed a tool? Anyway, we became friends that day. We hung out religiously all the time. He had some crazy biker chick, skinny as a rail, looked like a coke addict, you know, girlfriend who he met at some biker bar, and they hit it off, and they were a couple, man. They were meant for each other. They were meant to live and die. We went up to, we became best buds over the next year and a half. I met a couple of his friends. They were biker dudes too. His best friend was this guy, long blonde hair, big goatee, owned a pool company, had a beautiful home in Boca. Beautiful home in Boca Raton. Had a couple kids. But I'm gonna say it right now. Jonathan, I think his name was Jonathan. I'm sorry, brother, but you had the ugliest wife that I think I've ever seen in my life, okay? That woman was so ugly, you just couldn't even look at her. But he loved that bitch, and he thought she was hot, man. I'll tell you, I don't know what the hell's going on there. But anyway, him and Dave went up to Daytona for Bike Week one year. And I didn't go because I don't have a bike, obviously. But I wanted to call them because I was going to go for the weekend, drive up and just hang with them. I didn't have John's number, so I called his wife to get his phone number. So I get his phone number, and I'm trying to get them up in Daytona. And I called them, I found out where they were, you know, whatever we talked, whatever happened. I wound up not going up there because they were, I don't know, they were like, we can't ride you on the bikes, man, we're doing this, we're doing that. So then, but John is like, what'd you call my wife for? My wife said you called. I said, well, I wanted your phone number. Why would you want my phone number? Because I didn't have your fucking phone number, you dipshit. So I could call you guys up there because I wanted to come up. Anyway, didn't go well, the conversation. So a few weeks later, a couple months later I guess, we're at Sunfest up in Orlando. And a huge event, huge festival with like 6 stages for bands, or 4 stages, whatever it is. And my best buddy, Jay, the guy from the Bear Story, he's visiting with his wife. And so we're having a good time up at Sunfest. That's the first day that Jay met David Moore, and he was like, wow, this guy's a hell of a character. Anyway, David, at the end of the night, Dave's like, well, we're leaving, gonna head back. So they're gonna take the Harley back, him and his girl. Me and Jim had just bought a beer, so we're like, we'll be there 10 minutes after you guys. We're just gonna finish the beer and we'll head on back. We finish our beer, we head back. It's about an hour drive or so. We get back to the condo apartment complex, and we get home. We're on the 2nd floor, Dave's on the 3rd floor right above me. And I go out on the balcony to hang out with a beer, and I was like, yeah, I should head up to Dave's and just say hi. You know, what are we gonna do? Have a few beers, let's hang out. And I hear someone screaming upstairs, but it didn't sound like it was upstairs. It sounded like it was upstairs and over on the other side of the apartment building. So I didn't think anything of it. About 10 minutes later, an ambulance pulls up out in front of the house, in front of the apartment building, and medics are coming up. I don't know what the hell's going on. I didn't even move from my beer for 10-15 minutes. Someone knocks on my door. Someone knocks on the door? No, I think Lisa went out. She went out and Stacy went out to see what's going on with this ambulance, and they come back and say, David's been shot upstairs. What? Dave's here. What do you mean? He's shot. I run upstairs, there's 2 cops at the door. I said, what's going on? I said, I gotta see my friend. My friend, he was my friend at the time. David Moore was the funnest guy you could ever be with in life. Just the nicest guy. One of those biker guys that loves the world. Do anything for anybody. He's the guy that got me to get back into computers. Morning. And he got me back into computers, and I wound up with my own software company today. I wound up leaving Continental Airlines at the time. Now I own a software company that develops software for health clubs, wellness centers, and hospitals all around the world in 42 states and 12 countries, and I'm very proud of that. We process about $60 million a year in credit card transactions. And I take what I do seriously, and I'm proud of the product we made. Anyway, David altered my life, so I run up there, the 2 cops won't let me in. They're like, sorry, we have a dead body. I can't believe what I'm hearing here. I was just with this guy an hour ago at Sunfest. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I go back to my apartment. I'm out of my mind, obviously. I called Jonathan. I'm like, David's shot. He's like, what? I said, David got shot. There's an ambulance here right now taking his body out of the condo. He's all groggy. He's like, what are you talking about? I said, I'll call you tomorrow. I can't talk. I'm crying. Detectives show up. They start asking questions. They come to my condo. They're asking all of us questions. We're like, we were just with him an hour ago. He just was with us. I don't understand. I answer all the detectives' questions. He says, were you guys friends? Yeah. He leaves. I'm crying all night. Next day, maybe 2 days later, yeah. Detective calls me, says, I need to come over and talk to you. Comes over, he says, what do you know about this guy, Jonathan? I said, oh, he's Dave's best friend. He says, what color truck does he have? I think it's green or blue, something like that. He says, well, there was a green or blue truck spotted leaving here at the time of the shooting. I said, wait a second. I spoke to John that night. He acted like he was surprised. So he says, well, I don't know. We're going to have to do some investigating here. We're going to probably bring him in for questioning. A week later, we find out John killed Dave. John thought Dave was having an affair with his wife, who looks like, it's hard to describe. I don't know, she looks like a dead woman that's alive, I guess, I don't know. Dave wouldn't have sex with that chick. She would be the opposite of who his chick was, you know, a biker girl with the long blonde hair. And Jonathan's wife was, I mean, she wanted to be a biker chick, but she was no biker chick. Didn't have the long hair, didn't have the biker look. She was just a sappy old, chunky, just weird looking cat. Anyway, detective says, did you ever have an affair with her? I said, get the fuck out of here. I wouldn't fuck that chick with Newt Gingrich's dick. I wouldn't even fuck that chick with Whoopi Goldberg's dick. So he says, well, apparently he confessed. He thought Dave was having an affair with his wife. So he came over to take care of business. Still can't believe to this day, this fucking guy's best friends, whatever, I don't know, some people, yeah, I guess if you love your wife that much and you think she's hot, it just makes me gag when I think of that lady. That fucker came over with an Uzi. It was when I went in the apartment with Dave's son when he was getting some stuff out of there. There were bullet holes everywhere. That son of a bitch came over with an Uzi to take out Dave. And I have a funny feeling he came to take out Becker too. Had we all been in Dave's condo just hanging out, who knows what would have happened? Would my best friends from New Jersey and his wife have been murdered with my current wife at the time? It could have been a massacre of 6 people dying. I mean, I can't even process that night. It's just unbelievable. Guy just got shot right over my head in the condo. What if we had pulled up just as he shot him and he was running down the stairs? Would he have shot the 4 of us? I just thought of that yesterday when I was talking to Steve about this, my good friend Steve, and I had never thought of that ever. And I said to myself just yesterday, holy shit, if we ran into him, what's he gonna say? Oh, listen, I just shot someone upstairs. I'm just on my way out. I'll see you guys later. I'm just heading home. Guy would have had no alternative but to shoot the 4 of us. I can't even believe that. Now here's the quirkiest thing of this story. What's her name? I forget her name, but she was in the condo at the time. So, I mean, they were only home maybe 10, 15 minutes. I told you, we were 10 minutes behind them. So she told the detective that she was in the bedroom sleeping, which is directly opposite the doorway coming into the condo unit. She said she was sleeping in the bedroom when John knocked on the door. She says David must have answered the door and then gotten shot. And then she said she didn't hear the shots, but she heard Dave yelling her name afterwards. And she came out, she saw him bleeding from the head. She tried to help him, and that's when I heard her screaming, obviously, right over me. And she called the police or 911, and she never saw who came to the door and who shot David. Now, I'm very suspicious till this day. She's saying she didn't hear gunshots. You must be out of your mind. And Uzi? I don't know. I'm really suspicious to this day that she let him in and let him kill Dave or something. I don't know what the hell. Anything could have happened, obviously. Can't believe that happened. I mean, I was trembling that night. Obviously, you would be too if your neighbor just got shot right above you, you know, 3 feet over your head. The guy went to jail. He was convicted. My wife had to testify. They didn't ask me to testify. I remember being at the courtroom. We were outside and I saw his wife and kids there, and I wanted to throw up right on the floor. They looked at me like I was trouble. Her husband just killed my best friend and her husband's best friend. And I'm trouble. You must be kidding me. Anyway, son of a bitch went to jail. 3 years later, I get this notification. I don't know what the hell it was. Who called us? It must have been the detective. Jonathan, whatever his name, has been released from jail, along with 1,800 other criminals across the state of Florida because of a flaw, or whatever it was. What was it called? A mistake, whatever, in the investigation. Turns out they said he was never read his Miranda rights, so they fucking free this guy. I don't know how the hell you come up with that theory. I don't know what the hell's going on with this country. I don't know what's going on with the legal system. I don't know anything. I think you're all fucking crazy. Every one of you. I haven't met too many good people on this planet. I hate to say that. I've met a lot of people that pretend they're good for a while. Then all of a sudden they turn into assholes. It never ends here. Morning. Anyway, I don't know what's going on with this world. I don't know how the hell I got here and how I ran into crazy situations like this. But that was a nightmare that obviously I'll never forget. The timing that I'm still alive is unbelievable. I can't even believe every day that I am here and I'm still alive. I would have been shot with an Uzi, riddled with bullets. It would have been 6 people massacre, and I would have been in the news, in the history books forever. Apparently he was having an affair, and no one would have been able to testify, because the only people to testify would be me, Dave, his girlfriend, and my wife. nobody would have been able to say if the story was true, except that ugly bitch. But who knows if she was saying he did have an affair. Maybe she even lied and said she did have an affair. That piece of shit. That woman's a piece of garbage. Anyway, whatever. You can give up on the system, you can give up on the people, but you would never give up on yourself. Plenty of... Just do your thing. Keep away from people. Don't trust them.